White Sands National Park is located in southern New Mexico, and it's actually right in the middle of White Sands Missile Range, which has its own museum and interesting history. The closest cities and places to stay are Alamogordo, which is about 15 miles east, and Las Cruces, which is about 50 miles southwest. Since we were headed south from Albuquerque, we stayed near Las Cruces. Las Cruces has a nice downtown area with shops and restaurants, and there's also the historic town of Mesilla nearby if you're looking for other things to see when you aren't exploring the national park.
Back to White Sands. The drive-in is a little underwhelming at first, but it gets a whole lot more scenic after the entrance station. We are already halfway down Dunes Drive today. It is an 8-mile out, 16-mile round trip scenic drive here in the park. When you enter the park, the visitor center is actually right at the front. So we were able to stop there, check out the sign, get our junior ranger programs, and most importantly, we were able to pick up a sled to do some sledding here today.
We have just stopped at the first of 2 short trails that we're going to be doing today, and this one is called the Interdune Boardwalk. It is only 0.4 miles, and as the name suggests, it's on a boardwalk. After that, we'll head further along the scenic drive to the other hike, and eventually some pretty cool sledding, so stay tuned for that.
Right on that sign back there, it says that this is actually one of the rarest landscapes on Earth. That there are other gypsum dunes in the world, but none are as big as this. And I just think it's just such a cool looking place. And as to be expected with white sand everywhere, it is unbelievably bright out here.
So thank goodness we all have our sunglasses. The other interesting thing is that astronauts can clearly see these dunes from up in space. They are that big. So that was a neat little hike. I can barely call it a hike, a little walk on the boardwalk, but it was interesting because there are several displays along the way where you can learn things about the dunes, about the wildlife. They also have a shaded area if you want a little break from the sun, or if you're here during the hotter months of the year as well. So that's nice. We're back at the truck, and I was wrong before about us doing 2 hikes. We were going to, because there's another one called the Playa Trail, but we've realized we've already passed it. And we're in the much more interesting part, at least to us, of the park now, where there are larger and more accessible hills for sledding. Anytime now, this paved road should turn to the packed gypsum, and then we'll know we're almost at the end. Here we go. First guinea pig to go down, and then we'll see how fast it goes and if we need to wax the bottom of this. That was not slow motion. Sometimes it seems to go faster than others. We're gonna try to wax it now and see how it compares. first I thought it didn't make a lick of difference because it's hard to get going. But once you were going on the straightaway, it is faster.
Does it make it faster on the way up too?
It does not make it faster on the way up.
It is amazing how much this sand looks like real snow.
And it's pretty cold today too. You put your hands down in the snow and here I am already calling it that. Try again. You put your hands down in the sand and like it's really cold to the touch today. In fact, after a while of holding it, I need to drop it and warm my fingertips up. But it's the finest, softest, smoothest sand ever. It is fun to sled down, although it's not as fast as we expected. The kids are still having a blast though, and everywhere you look, there are just dunes and dunes upon dunes. In fact, from here at the end of the loop on the scenic drive, there is a 5-mile trail that you can take as well. I don't know how you would find your way through the dunes, but I guess there's some way. So you can do more than just come off the parking lot and enjoy the sand. If you want, you can go on a real hike.
There's also tons of places to pull over and go sledding. I'd say there's at least a dozen, and there are these giant turnouts where there's plenty of parking and lots of options for sledding. So even in the high season, I think if this place was pretty busy, you'd still have plenty of room to enjoy yourself.
Definitely come here and check this out. It's very unique and very fun.
The sun has set. It is getting cold really fast actually, and for once Samantha makes an appearance.
If you can, stay until sunset here because it is beautiful. The colors changing in the sky, the colors changing on the sand. It is worth staying until this time of day if you can. It is absolutely beautiful. Little one is getting cold, so I'm going to take her back to the truck. The kids are going to do just a few more minutes of sledding, and then we'll head on out of here.
That's right, this is our last stop in New Mexico actually, so we are headed into Texas next, and we will see you all next time.
Bye.